substitutions because I freaking hate that. They kept
Hello.
Ajam, that's it. Yes, they started as Ajam. Good
Hello,
memory
Mordred.
there. Hello.
I just wanted to slight humble brag. If you go into the Netherlands in the building tab, you will notice that I literally cannot build a single thing in my nation.
That is definitely a slight humble brag right there. And you still have loads of money.
I was actually, what I'm actually doing for the session, this is kind of silly, is I am funding the Suez Canal for the Mamluks. But he realized he was 2 admin techs away, so he's like, yeah, so you could spend that 20k you had saved up for me now. And so I just built everything.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
And you'll probably make that back pretty quickly as well, because you've built everything.
Yep. And that Delhi war was a bit painful to watch, even though I was the one causing the pain.
Yeah, I was going to say, what exactly... Oh dear, he's dying to Champan now.
Yeah. So what happened is basically, so when Hamburg left to Haiti, Prussia was like, all right, I'm taking Hamburg. But then Delhi declared that he was taking everything that Hamburg owned outside of, and that stepped on a lot of toes. So Prussia was asked to vassalize Hamburg instead, and basically tell Delhi no. And then because he became the war leader and it was a defensive call, he could call in all his allies, which was me, Austria, and so on. And I hadn't done anything with my navy for a while, and I got promised eventually the Spice Islands are going to me.
Okay.
As a payment for this. So we were like, sure, we'll join in. And Fewer wanted to finish Madagascar, and basically Delhi really overextended diplomatically and didn't really have anything to back it up. So
yeah, that's what I assumed happened. I mean, initially I thought it was maybe they're just trying to do the war for exchanging of territories or something, and then I noticed the Dutch blockade of his coastline. I was like, okay, yeah. This is not a friendly war.
No, it was because Delhi really and he didn't. He basically just bit off way more than he could chew and angered a lot of people. And we went to Hindustan, and Jamie was like, "Yeah, that's his."
That sounds like a whole lot of his problem. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So we just went in, and then I stack wiped his entire military in 3 successive battles. That was painful. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. I was kind of busy looking around. I'm also looking at Delhi just imploding right now.
Yes, I'm watching that too. Basically what happened was he tried to block his coastline with 25k each, so I just landed in Hindustan, walked over, stacked wiped 1 army, and then they tried to take the river crossing against my superior numbers and a 3-star general when he only had 1 star.
Yeah, I was watching Shan fighting against Andalusia, and he took a jungle fight with a river crossing, and just like, against Andalusia, you don't want to do that.
Especially now in the fire phase, just because Andalusia and Russia are probably the 2 of the scariest military tags right now, just because of that fire.
Yep.
So
it was a slaughter. He outnumbered him 3-1 and lost.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened in Delhi too. It was 75k versus. And
I mean, even the Dutch are pretty mean when it comes to fighting. I mean, the Dutch real strength is sieging, but still.
If you look at my actual military, my military isn't that bad. I only seemingly have 10% ability and everything, but it's just when I turn on my policies, things get much. And
you're also reformed, which means you can get another 10% morale.
Yeah, which I haven't really needed to use since that big Russia war, but it's
discipline 116. Yeah.
Yep. And then plus with the policy active, and I don't even have a discipline advisor. I literally don't have one available right now.
Oh dear, this would seem to be the end of Ulm.
Yes. I'm coming.
Anyway, I'll let you get back. Thanks very much for reporting on there. We were wondering what was going on with Delhi, and now we know.
Yeah, it was a diplomatic faux pas to the extreme without the backing of his overlord and
protector. Yeah, fair enough.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you. Alright, so that was Foul from the Netherlands giving us a report there about what was going on with Delhi, so now we know it was definitely not a friendly war. And Delhi's attempted build-up, trying to do the money for the buildings, does seem to be backfiring. Like, he's getting a couple of buildings out, though he had way more cash than this loan situation would suggest. And also having just hired the max-level advisors. Rajput Independence, Vaishya Guild coup. This is starting to look very much like nation ruining, Val. Building fortresses. Okay, he's trying to fight. Although all of the forts were turned off when Champaran was attacking. What are the punishments for breaking the rules? Well, we have an administrator who basically sits between me and the players, and at the moment it's Val, normally it's Poet, and they'll go around like warning players if they start breaking rules. And there are various things we can do, but generally it's you get kicked. And if you're nation ruining, you're just banned. Like, this is the one thing, not the one thing, but this is the thing which I absolutely detest. If you nation ruin in a multiplayer game, you are not fit for playing multiplayer, and you should leave. Oh, another player war. Okay, this is another big one. So we have got Inca, Texas, and Great Britain against Haiti and Shan. And it looks like Britain is just going straight in for Haiti. Yeah, it was a big mistake. Haiti moving from Hamburg to here. And he basically just signed his own death warrant, because there's no way that he's going to be able to survive out here this short. Okay. So does Haiti actually have an army? Yes, they have 5 armies of 1,000 men. 4 armies of 1,000 men. There's Haiti and Shan. I don't know how much exactly Shan is going to want to do to fight here. And it looks like most of Haiti's armies were defeated by Inca. And then these are actually British colonies. They're not even the British. Oh no, the British are down here. But it's the colonies doing the majority of the damage there. Britain is liberating Haiti, apparently. Sorry to ask, but what does nationing ruining mean? I mean, gameplay-wise. I mean, it's a very difficult one to put down, but basically, like, purposefully taking loans, purposefully setting off, coups, or what are they called? Like, estate coups. Just doing what you can to destroy your nation because you're a bad loser, effectively. We've seen it happen with Spain, where Spain just started giving provinces to other players. Just because he'd had enough and didn't want to play anymore. That's not fair to the other players who will have a legitimate CB against your nation and divide it up properly, as opposed to just giving bits of territory away because you don't want to do it anymore. If you're done with the game, quit. Let nature take its course.
Hello.
Hello.
So the Andalusia sub is going to go in as Brazil first and set the AI settings.
Okay.
Because this is the second war they've started.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And can you tell us what's happening with Delhi and Middle-earth?
Delhi is abandoning Delhi, and they're moving to Middle-earth, which is New Zealand.
Okay. And are they doing that soon?
They should be.
Because
They
I'm
didn't
watching that
ruin,
nation and it is just imploding and he is not helping things.
I'll go poke them for that.
Yeah, give him a time limit, like 5
Okay.
minutes from when we unpause.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Brazil's subbing in, then Brazil switching to Andalusia and then playing on from there. Right? Cool. Alright, so we now know kind of what's happening in Delhi. So Delhi is switching nations just like Hamburg did. Taking loans doesn't mean nation ruining. No, but taking 72 loans, as Delhi just did, is. Yeah, they've just gone bankrupt because they took so many loans for no reason. In the middle of a war. Stupid. Like I said, that's why it's hard to define. It's one of those which has to be purposefully loose, and that's one of the reasons why having an administrator is so good, because if we spot someone doing something which could potentially be nation ruining, we go, stop. And if you don't stop, we'll kick you. And that was the problem that we had with Spain. We couldn't tell him to stop, because at that time I didn't have an admin. Hello.
So, Delhi just got war declared on them by Hindustan, so they can't move to New Zealand now.
Alright.
They're asking to hot join into New Zealand.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Thank you. They may be taking loans and giving them to Middle Earth. Not by the looks of things. Middle Earth has a loan and no money. They may have been taking loans and then building stuff in Middle Earth. Judging by the number of slots still available. Oh yeah, they're building forts in every province. But that's not going to cost you... How much money was it they had? Like 16,000 from 72 loans? And here comes Hindustan. Oh man, that's going to be a terrific amount of attrition. Why? Why would you do this? You have a lot of manpower, fine. Alright, I'm going to watch just the sheer... He's taken 22,000 attrition already. Like every tick, 100,000 men. And he's taking how much attrition? 3.2. I don't even know how to do the maths for this. That's a million. Are they mercenaries? I don't think so. Nope, they're fully trained soldiers. Oh, there are mercenaries as well. But it's everything. And it's 200,000 men doing this. Why? 35,000 casualties taken. Oh, this just makes me weep when I see it. Oh, I can't watch that. No. No. That's... no. Oh. Let's go and watch Haiti die instead. That at least is less gore going on. Double check Delhi economy. I think you had Austria selected, did I?
Hey, so can Haiti sub for Andalusia, or is that rule still valid?
I'm going to say that Haiti is pretty much dead at this point, so yes.
Okay.
Is this a free-for-all game or for people with certain experience? No, this is free-for-all. Which is why we have people of many different experiences playing. And usually Hindustan, well, so far has proven to be one of the more capable, but 56,000 attrition in the space of 3 months would suggest otherwise. $53,000. Why? Why? So Hamburg has just lost / Haiti and is moving into Andalusia as a substitute, and we'll see after that. And then Delhi is now moving into Middle-earth. You finally split the men up, but oh god, why would you do that? And how would you do the maths for that? How do you determine 3.2% of 101,000? (101 times 0.32? No. If anyone's good at maths, can work out how much attrition he was suffering per stack. 3.5% attrition for 101,000 men. Please tell me. I am very curious to know. Darius and Crouton, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. $35 per 1,000. Ah, yeah, that would be a good way of doing it. One percent of 100,000 is 1,000, so 3.5 is 3.5 thousand times 2 stacks is 7,000 a month. Thank you, maths people. There is a well-known rule among streamers that stream maths always sucks. Just don't do it. Yeah, maths was always one of my worst subjects at school. Maths and French. So to the person who was complaining about my French pronunciation yesterday, I wear that like a badge of honor. 6 years of French and I can seriously say about 3 words. It's awful. 6 years of German and I'm relatively okay at it, but French? Mm-mm. Okay, so Mindboy has now moved over to Middle-earth. We'll see if they can survive over there any longer than Haiti survived in Cuba. And Hindustan is still at war with Delhi because... sorry, Middle-earth, because Delhi is the overlord. Okay. Your Dutch is good. It's rusty. It's very rusty. I do sometimes wonder if my German's better than my Dutch. I'm not sure. Middle-earth can enjoy a much worse trade node than Haiti and Cuba. Yeah, I mean, the Caribbean is at least a decent place to do trade. This is in the Australia node. And yeah, it's a start node, which is currently shifting 11 ducats out. So what is the New Zealand economy like? What is being inherited here? A deficit of minus 0.75, earning 15 ducats and spending 16, 4 of that going out as diplomatic expenses. Why is that 4? Only 0.39 is going to the Overlord. Where's the other 4? It's just not recalculated. Then I don't know. Is paying for advisors, technology-wise, ahead of time in military, very much behind in Diplo, slightly behind in admin. Very high war exhaustion, right, because New Zealand was almost fully occupied during the war against Australia. The one benefit that they do have is they're pretty isolated out here. Like, it's going to be difficult for anyone except probably Austria to go after them. Maybe Japan, maybe Maguindanao, maybe Andalusia. maybe Britain. I'm actually surprised that Britain bothered colonizing all of this stuff. No, that's Japan. That's Japan. I'm not sure I would have. That's Britain. That's Japan. Hawaii is Japan. Okay, so Japan's actually done a fair amount of colonization of the Pacific. Meanwhile, the brutal invasion continues. They have now suffered 102,000 casualties.